and have a conversation with the other two roads, Mr. Speaker, the one from Loitoktok and the other one in Modakashi, Mr. Speaker, moved to conventional way of constructing. It's even better to borrow than to engage resources in this annuity program. Sorry, Mr. Speaker, the last thing I was asked, I can see my time is far much spent, is that the issue of Aurora and Kimwarer, a very good question from my colleague. Mr. Speaker, I still believe that Aurora and Kimwarer was charges and stopping of the projects was politically motivated. And when we called the Speaker, P.S. Maringa to the committee of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, I don't know if you were there at that time, but he was fumbling and eventually whispered to me and said, you know, I was told. So, Mr. Speaker, the era of I was told should come to an end. And the era of stopping projects because you don't like the person who lives in that area or comes from that county. I, Mr. Speaker, will promise this committee that if I am elected, if I am approved by this committee to become the CS Roads, Transport and Public Works, I can assure you I will work for Kenyans to receive infrastructure in every part of the country, and no part of this nation will be denied infrastructure because, Mr. Speaker, of political choices that people make. And I can assure you, Honorable Opio Ondai, if there's any problem in your constituency, make sure we plan, it becomes the first place we will visit to ensure that every part of Kenya ensures it gets its part of the. The last thing is open skies. Honorable Owen, let me use this to answer the whole thing about KA, Mr. Speaker, just briefly, is to say that KA has a responsibility to manage all airports. The Minister of Transport has a policy position on negotiating bilateral air agreements. You know that when we go to another country, Turkey, for example, and negotiate agreements, you know that the principle of reciprocity is extremely important. Because if you are giving a chance to an airline of another country to land in your country, they must